Tell the truth, even if it hurts. Hello, it is John. This is the Marketing for Owners podcast, as you well know, because I'm hoping you subscribe. If you don't, you can subscribe very easily with just a click of a button on iTunes, which is our favourite, I have to say, or Stitcher, or SoundCloud. And we're even on Google Play, although I've still not met anyone who listens to Google Play, but we're everywhere. Now, of course, if you do subscribe, it would be lovely to have a rating from you, because not enough of my wonderful listeners give ratings, and we'd love to hear. I read them all, and it's wonderful. For all of you that have, thank you so much. Even if it's bad, I actually need the feedback. I need to know what to improve. But if it's great, please tell me, because I'd love to know. I enjoy it. Anyway, back to the show, as they say. So telling the truth seems like a funny subject for a podcast, but this is not for you in your general life, although it would be nice if we all were like good old Cinderella. But I mean in business. Now, in business, too many businesses they're not dishonest, but they're not exactly truthful all of the time. It is what some British politicians a few years ago called being economical with the truth. Now, the problem with that is that you are going to get found out. Now, it could be, for example, you could be a software company and you may have discovered a bug and you hope to get it fixed and get the new update out there before anyone discovers the original bug. And then, fantastic, no one knew. But it could be in your restaurant. You could have had issues in your kitchen. And whilst everyone's out there dining, you don't want them to know the bad news in the kitchen, so you just carry on. Hopefully they're blissfully unaware. Hopefully it carries on and you can serve, and whatever's going on in the background is never found out. But in reality, these things always come out, and I think we have the old rose-coloured spectacles that we don't think anyone would ever notice, and if they found out, we also think the worst. If they found out, it would be disaster. But in this modern age of social media, of online ratings and reviews and things like that, I mean, at the beginning there, I asked for a review. So you might come along and give me 1 star and tell me I'm awful. I can't get rid of the review. It's there. Once it's there, it's out in public, and gosh. So a lot of people won't even ask because they're worried of what others may say. But in this modern age, if people are thinking it, then they're going to say it. If one person says something about you, then 10 are thinking the same. But I would challenge you to fess up to anything. It can be small. You could be, for example, you could be a garage, a car workshop, and you may have found one of your mechanics was being dishonest with their work, and you fired them. Now, you're going to hope that goes away. You're not going to mention it because you're worried that people who have paid for a service may come back and question what they paid for, maybe ask for their money back. However, how unusual would it be? How would it stand out if you actually came clean and said, "Dear customers, recently we found one of our mechanics was not standing up to our high standards, and his or her work was just not up to scratch. We found that they weren't doing what they're supposed to do, etc., etc. And that person is no longer with us. And we will contact those who may have been affected and ask you if you would like to come back in and have that car serviced again, have the work redone to make sure that nothing was bad." Now, how do you think that would feel to the person receiving the letter? Of course, a lot of people are going to think, "Oh, that's awful. How many others are there?" But wouldn't it stand out to think, wow, they're standing behind what you're saying is if that person did a bad service, you're going to redo it. How honest, how refreshing. And that's the thing, that's the difference. The transparency, the openness, the honesty will stand out. People are not silly, right? If rumours get around, rumours get way out of control. If you have preempted any rumours, then they don't get out of control. You can always take the moral high ground because you've always been honest. I hope this makes sense, because I'm not accusing you of being dishonest, but this will also have the same with your staff, okay? Internally as well. So business is with customers and business is with your working colleagues and your staff. Be honest and upfront at all times. This adds to the company culture. And if your staff can see you being honest in public, to own up to problems or potential problems. In my business, I'm in fire safety. In the past, there have been product issues, and some of the smaller makers have felt that if they just brush it under the carpet and hope it goes away, they hide it in the background and hope no one else finds the issues, then it will go away. Whereas larger manufacturers have done product recalls, personally, and at huge expense. But for my company, the reason we use one of our particular manufacturers and we don't go for the low price that everyone else keeps offering, companies that are great, is because I know that if there's an issue, they will stand by the product and they will stand by my customers and support in getting that fixed. The others, the smaller ones, probably wouldn't. And that gets my business. Do you see how this can have that knock-on effect? That gets my business. It's the same with customers. People who are honest are appreciated. And it, like I said, it develops that company culture. The staff and your working colleagues also feel better for it, because don't forget, not everyone has the same opinion. Some may be, if you weren't quite telling the truth, others behind the scenes may not agree with that, and rumours may start internally, and you don't want that. That could be even worse. Company culture is essential to building a company that works and a company that grows, because you want everybody on your side. You want your staff on your side, but you also want your customers on your side. This all folds back into having a why, right? When you have a why we are in business, why are we doing this? Why is it needed? Why did I feel compelled to start this? Why am I delivering it? Why do you need this? Then it all goes with that company culture and having everybody on the same page. I hope that makes sense. It will work. If you look at a lot of those modern businesses and look at the way they are compared to ones from the old days. It's very different. Okay, so today is a Thursday. It is time for a Drive Time podcast, and I am going to recommend that you listen to the Ask Gary V show. Now, this is available as video and as audio, and it's in short bursts. It's very well done. Gary V is Gary Vaynerchuk. He is one of the leading social media people online really for business, and he's built successful businesses before social media and with social media and post social media. He's also he's become very, very wealthy, but he's very forthright, but he's got fantastic advice. Ask Gary V is where people ask little short questions and he answers them. So he's very forthright. His answers are extremely good. I strongly recommend. Okay, tomorrow, now ones to watch. Now, strange to call them ones to watch because it's been around a while, but it's Croz Crossley, also known as Uncle Croz. I would strongly recommend this as well. He has an opinion, but this is one of those podcasts that you will listen to, and then about 5 minutes after, you'll listen to it again and it will sink in. I recommend.